All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dowell. Man, I'm in the office today doing a lot of work, but I have a question that comes to me from a woman. And she says, Pastor Dowell, in a marriage relationship, what is more important concerning the woman's role to her husband, love or respect? First of all, number one, before I answer this question, I am under no illusion whatsoever at all that when I give this answer, that the majority of the people out there that is going to be listening to this video is going to believe anything that I say anyway. You know the reason why? Because people have this uncanny ability to be able to draw from their own conclusions and perspectives. In other words, things that they have already preconceived up here in this mind. So whenever they hear me talk, they process thought and they filter thought through what is already programmed in here. Most people today don't base stuff on truth and base it on facts. Now, I'm going to let you know from the outset, from the beginning, I'm speaking to you from a biblical perspective and point of view. And it makes no difference to me whether you hear or forbear. It's totally regardless. It makes no difference to me. My house is in order, and I have the most beautiful home probably in the universe. That's me personally. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to go ahead and answer this. It is more important for a wife to respect her husband than to love her husband. And the reason being is because if you are dishonorable and disrespectful to him, you don't love him anyway. You see how it works? Because number one, a woman is created to be the man's helpmeet. That's what she's there for. She is there to help meet his needs. And over in the book of Genesis, over in Bereshit, it says that this man will rule over you. And I realize that we up against all types of different philosophies and concepts in this Euro-American monolygamous papal Rome society. And I said a mouthful with that, which I'm totally unconcerned about it whatsoever at all. But if a woman don't respect you, she don't love you. And if she don't respect you, you are nothing to her. Do you understand, man? So it's greater for a woman to respect you. I mean, for instance, in my house, if I tell my wife to do something, they gonna do it. Period, point blank. I don't rule with a rod of iron. I don't have to. Because I laid down the law and laid it down from the very beginning. And that's what some of you don't do. See, the problem we have in this world, in this society today, is that men are too busy simping. That means you're too busy, you're so thirsty after a woman that you've done reverse the roles and allow them to reverse the roles. Instead of you being a man, you done turn around and you chasing after them. And you're just bowing down to them the whole 9 yards when she was created to serve you. She was created to have your children. She was created to guide your house. That don't mean she runs the house to guide it. She's supposed to be a chase keeper at home. She's supposed to be able to honor you and respect you as the man you are. And the problem that we're having is that too many of these women today have went out and done had too many men's DNA inserted into them to the point that they're so confused. Because when a woman has a lot of, a bunch of men's DNA in them, whether you like it or not, there's a psychological order that comes with that. And that's the reason why we're having so many psychological disorders and problems today. And the reason why a lot of women cannot even keep a relationship, because they got all these firing receptors that fire off in their mind and stuff, that anytime some man demands this of her, or a husband, and she has already done had 20 and 30 men up in her before she got married to this man. Because the truth is, and I'm going to go concretely on you, a true wife is one that was a virgin from the very beginning, and the rest are concubines, period, point blank. But in this society, they give you the status of a wife, and you expect the status of a wife, and you expect a man to turn around and only have you, even though you done had 5, 10, 15, 20, sometimes upward of 30-something men all up inside you and around you, to the clubbing, to just whatever, just no honor. You have devalued yourself. And it's utterly remarkable and amazing to me that a woman in this world today can demand for a man to be faithful to her alone when she has not even practiced that fidelity in herself. And so, men, you got an uphill climb going on in front of you if you ever have to deal with a woman and you have respect issues, because the majority of that comes from previous experience in her life to where she ends up treating you after the experiences that she's had from other men, and you could probably be a champion of a man, but she would dishonor and disrespect you because she had too many DNA inserted into her, and she becomes just like those men. And that is the issue, the trouble, and the problem of today. That's the reason why when you get a virgin, you don't have all those troubles. And don't get me wrong, a virgin in America is still suspect because her mind is shaped after the wickedness of this country. Whoo, boy, I know that I have started a firestorm on this, but you know what? Makes no difference to me. My house is in order, my house run fine, and everybody's doing well, and everybody's at peace. But if a woman don't respect you, my advice is put her ass away and go get somebody better, because we live in a time now that women outnumber men 11-1. You don't need them. And don't make the mistake. You simp men, some of you out there. Don't make the mistake of sitting there and then turning around looking at a woman for her outward beauty and looking at the shape of her. You go for that right there, chances are you will be in trouble, because you got so many mental disorders that have been undiagnosed that you got to deal with. You about to really jump off a mountain and kill yourself, or either dwell on top of a rooftop because you can't handle all these different manly personalities that come against you. That's what the Jezebel spirit is all about. Now, the best wives that you're going to find today is, number one, virgins. Number two, widows who have been respectful and honorable to their husbands and they passed away. Number three, a divorcee woman that has actually had children from this other man, but she has showed herself to be honorable in character. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Because the other ones, they have got to be transformed. They got to be changed. That's true. And I would tell you this. I heard the other day that there was a woman or a man was getting ready to get married. And you know how they do out there in the world, right? A man has a bachelor party and a woman's going to have a bachelorette party. Anyway, this woman goes out and these girlfriends of her turned around, had her to go out and she's at this bachelorette party with the girls. Turns around, she ends up getting laid by this guy that they set her up with, and then the man found out about it, and he still married her. See, that's what I call a simple ass man right there. You should have left her ass and never even looked back again. That's what you should have did if you had any type of character and honor and integrity. That's what you should have done. You see, a lot of this information is being presented to you all today. Most people don't even have access to it. And most people are too afraid to even tell you. There have been people out there, man, that have committed adultery against their husband and wife and then end up marrying the very people that they committed adultery, and they act like they in some type of moral ground or they have some type of moral integrity that they can turn around and judge you and tell you how life ought to be. It's sad. The problem we have today is if a woman back talks you, she don't respect you. If she rises up against you and she keeps on talking when you tell her to shut up, she don't respect you. And if she don't respect you, put her away. The worst thing you can do is go out and get a marriage license and get tied up with this system. You know, I think you're big boys and big girls now. You can make your own choice and decision. But man, you got a lot. There's much to be desired in this day and hour. So in a nutshell, and I realize I digressed on a lot of this, but hey, when you ask Pastor Dowell a question and you want me to address this, hey, you don't never know what you're going to get. But I tell you, the one thing you will get is the truth. So, you know, men, you're going to learn how to be men. And a man don't be a man because he flips a switch and say, I'm going to be a man. You've got to learn how to be a man because you got to have an example in front of you that will give you wisdom and knowledge and understanding as you go forth in his life to minimize the mistakes so that you don't be a simple man. Whew. So let's finish it up. You got a woman out here who's been turned more times than a doorknob. She gets married, but she wants you to be monogamous. You people got a lot to learn. Anyway, might as well start a firestorm, huh? After all, it is the beginning of the Roman year 2018. Y'all have a blessed day.